What's going on, guys? It's TCG Jake here, and I have got some information for you today on the black and white era sets that you should invest in. Now, I went over these a little bit more quickly than I did with Sun and Moon just because that I kind of knew already what I was looking for. So basically, we're going to start out with talking about why I think this is going to be the case. So Pokemon Black and White came hot off the heels of Pokemon Platinum and the Gen 4 games, which were massively popular, and a lot of people, including myself, consider them some of the best. When Black and White came out, the fans were not as happy with the games, and even though the Black and White games did change a lot, the fans were not as happy because it didn't change what they wanted to change. It changed something else, like a complete new Pokédex, and the old Pokemon were not in it until the end of the game, so it was all complete Pokemon. People were unhappy with designs. It was kind of similar to this generation that we're in right now, but not exactly the same, just design-wise similar, although I would argue that a lot of the designs in Sword Shield are a lot better than some of the other games, but that's a different topic for a different time. And then what happens when a game like Pokemon loses popularity is their other products, for the most part, especially at a time like this, they weren't quite on top of the world like they are now. Their other products are not going to sell as much. So people aren't going to be collecting cards as much, people aren't going to be playing as much. The really only people who are going to be buying that stuff is the people who are hardcore into it all the time, no matter what. And a lot of people also aged out of it, and then maybe they're back now after college or after Pokemon Go or whatever reason that may be. So we've got this black and white era where a lot of the sealed products, you're just not going to see as many of them in the future. I can almost guarantee you that it's going to be similar. I believe it's going to be similar to what you have with like the Ruby and Sapphire era of cards, where they didn't sell as good because Pokemon wasn't as popular. So you're going to get some of that in this. I'm going to start off with the one that I think is the least expensive, but it's one of my favorite sets out there. Legendary Treasures.
EX, Victini, EX, Darkrai, EX, Pokemon trading card game, Black and White Legendary Treasures.
It has a gold Reshiram and gold Zekrom full art gold cards, and that is where your gold cards originated from, well, minus the Burger King ones. As far as I know, this is where the gold cards originated from. Not only that, those being like the two chase cards of the set, this set was really easy to get really good pulls. Like, you could pull an EX and then another EX, like two full arts in a row, and it happens a lot. Other than that, so basically, it had high pull rates is what I'm saying. Other than that, the booster boxes currently are sitting around $1,000. For a long time, up until recently, these things were, I think up until 2019 maybe, they were going for around $400, then I think they hit $800, and they're kind of in that $800 to $1,000 range right now. After that, we've got Dragons Exalted.
On trading card game, Black and White Dragons Exalted, in stores now.
The only card that I really think is really worth it in this set is the Secret Rare Shiny Rayquaza. And really, if you're just looking for that card, just buy that card. But I think that is the card that is going to keep this box up there. I don't think the pull rates were not as good as Legendary Treasures, but it was still very cool to have that, look for that chase card, that Rayquaza, and I think people will see that in the future, like this is what they want. I know we've got the Gold Star cards from back in the day that have gone up in price, and this Black and White was before a Pokemon Go craze came out, so the Pokemon Company also didn't print like they do now, or at least they did in X and Y era, so you're not going to get massive printings of stuff like this. So that's Dragons Exalted for you. The booster boxes are currently sitting at around $1,000, maybe less, maybe more, just depends. I've seen some go for $1,200, I've seen some go for $900. You can check eBay sold listings for those. And the last set I'm going to touch on for Black and White is going to be Plasma Storm.
Powerful Pokemon EX, new Team Plasma Blue Borders, Plasma Storm, in stores now.
And if you guys all know, Plasma Storm has a secret rare shiny Charizard, and from my understanding, that card is actually an air, which I've had in my thumbnail, so I'm not going to pull it out and show it, or I've had it in a different thumbnail, so I'm not going to pull it out and show it to you right now. But the card is a secret rare shiny Plasma Storm Charizard, and it currently, I think, can fetch around $200. It was sitting at around $90 to $100 for the longest, and it's now $200, and I'm graded it goes even more for that, depending on the grade. But from my understanding, there's an error in that card where the fire energy was supposed to be, or the fighting energy was supposed to be a fire energy, and it is actually fighting. I don't know if that's correct though, because all of the ones I have seen have been fighting, so I don't know if that makes it an error. I wouldn't think it does if they were all printed that way, but I'll have to find out, and if one of you guys know, let me know. Were there ones printed with fire too? Because if that's the case, then one of them is going to be more rare than the other. It's in the attack, by the way. I think the second attack. I don't know if that's correct, but it's in one of the attacks. That's all I know. On top of that, there is a secret rare Blastoise in the set, so you've got Charizard and Blastoise. The Blastoise is also shiny. As far as I'm aware, there's no errors found on that one yet. So, just the secret rare, that one currently sits at around $70 to $100. So if you're looking for a Blastoise card, I'd highly recommend that one, as it's been sitting kind of in that price point for a while now. It might be undervalued, it might not be, but this is one of those sets where I think it's going to keep going up every time a box is sold. I don't think there's that many of them left out there. I never see much of them on eBay. So what we have next is we're going to talk about how much booster boxes has sold for, and as of June 28th, the most recent sold price for a booster box is $3,000. This is searched by eBay. Completed listings is possible. You can find this on a different site where it was sold a little bit cheaper. But before $3,000 of this month, they seem to be going for anywhere to $1,000 to $2,000. So we've made, I would say that most of the time they were sitting at around $1,900, and we've made about $1,000 jump, and that is. There's multiple reasons for that. One of them is stimulus checks. One of them is we're getting extra money from unemployment. And another is just things were undervalued for a long time. And lots of people who know what they're talking about will tell you that things were undervalued for a while, especially things during this time period. And that is all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye now.